This is the first time I am talking in this vlog, but there will be an official introduction later on. But anyway, this is just a quick little stationery slash some mystery sticker cookie thing I got from the Asian Mart when I went to ship out my order, and I thought this would be really cute, so I unpackaged it. And I'm not gonna lie, these cookies were so good. I don't know what they put in them. I think they were just literally plain milk cookies, but genuinely I was more excited to try the cookie than the sticker, but the stickers were still really cute. Hi and welcome to another vlog, I guess. I hope you've been well. I just watched back some footage that I took a few days ago when I was getting ready to go out with a friend, and I realized that I looked so rough because it was the first few days of my period and my skin was so bad. So yeah, I was going through it. So I thought I would instead do a little segment here instead and talk about the start of this week. I wanted to take some time to obviously edit and post my video that was supposed to go up on Sunday. Now I'm thinking this video is going to go up in 2 weeks. I have a journal with me video that I have to record the voiceover for today that will go up on Sunday instead of a vlog. The reason why I want to do a bi-weekly vlog is because the next 2 weeks, again, I don't have too much going on, so I don't think I'll vlog that much. And also I just wanted to take a little bit of a break from vlogging non-stop because I've been doing it for about maybe a month and a half now, or at least I've tried to kind of do it weekly. And what I've noticed is that whenever I try to film something, I'm thinking about, is this gonna look good, or oh, maybe I should vlog this, maybe I shouldn't. And that's kind of discouraged me from filming in general, which is the whole point of why I do these videos. It's to just record my life as it goes, and sometimes nothing really interesting happens. I'll just have a chill day and I want to stay in bed, so it's not, I don't want to put that on the internet. Sometimes I just want to keep that to myself, so I don't vlog. And then I'm like, oh, I don't have enough footage or something like that, so I want to take it slow again and maybe post other stuff along with it to stay consistent at least. But going back to this week is a chill one. I don't have too much going on. Monday I went to pick up my artwork from the gallery from the past exhibition I did last weekend, and I also went to meet a friend for lunch. We had a lovely brunch together at this cafe. And what else? Tuesday I had a few errands to run. Wednesday I had a lace social slash meetup with the person who teaches lace. Hopefully I'll have a pillow though of my own soon, and I can just keep working and keep practicing the things that we've been learning about. What else? It's almost the end of the week actually, and I haven't really been filming much, but on a good note, I've been working on more dolls. So I think in my last video I showed this doll that I finished. She's a cute little green one with this little star on it. This is actually my favorite one that I've made. I think she turned out the best out of everybody. I don't know. And it was the first one that I made, so it's kind of yeah, I don't know. But I finished this one, and then a couple days ago I finished this one. She looks more as if she's wearing a hoodie. I don't know. I don't know how I managed to get it so perfectly round on this one and I couldn't get it on this one, but it's fine because it makes it look as if she's wearing a hoodie, so it's not too bad. Also, this yarn isn't very good to work with. I worked with a different kind of yarn than I did with this one. I worked with like a very thin, I don't know if you can tell, it's very thin. I had to use like a 2mm hook for it, which is very, very small for crochet. And it was quite hard and time consuming, so this one took me the longest to make. I think I would say this one would probably take me, this one took me about 5 hours if I add all of the hours up throughout the days. This one also took me about 5, but this one, even though it has no accessories on it, probably took me 6 or 7 hours to make. So, and this one does have quite a bit of flaws. I couldn't really get the ears right, so this one is a bit taller than this one. The mouth is a little bit weird. I tried to recreate it here like this one, but it's just not the same. I don't know why I can't really get it right. But it's fine because I have another one that I'm gonna make today. I also started a book. A couple of weeks ago now, I bought this book, King of Envy. I think I'm gonna make this a book review of this book because I have a lot of opinions. And then I'll finish off by talking about what's happening during the weekend. But also I'm gonna try and make this spoiler free as much as possible, but there could be some spoilers, so if you want to read this book, I'll probably add when there's a spoiler and you can skip it if you'd like. But this book is just okay, right, so I've started reading Six of Crows a couple weeks ago. However, that book again gave me such heisty vibes that I don't know, I think I have to come to terms with that. I might not be a heist book girly. I don't know if it's because it might give me anxiety or if it's just a genre that I can't quite get myself into. Maybe I'm just subconsciously telling myself that yes, you'll like this book, this is something that you like, when in reality it might not be, and it might just be because other people who I watch on YouTube, they like it. Sorry if the camera is shaky. Yeah, I watch other book YouTubers that say that the book is good, and they have a couple of genres that I like that they read, and when they recommend a book, I'm like, oh, that's probably something that I would like, right? So I think I just need to stop doing that and genuinely just research into books a little bit more before I read them, because I don't want to also review them badly just because I'm not into it. Do you know what I mean? That's not fair on the book. I think somebody who really likes that would review it probably quite high. But enough about that. So yeah, Six of Crows, I kind of DNF'd it for now. I will get back to it at some point, but I think it's quite a heavy book that I'm just gonna take a break. And 2 weeks I was in a bit of a slump. I didn't read much the past 2 weeks, I don't think. But this week I just randomly started an audiobook on the bus because I don't know why recently when I'm out and about and I have my headphones in, I usually either listen to a podcast or music. Not so much anymore. I don't know why, but I've stopped listening to music as much. Maybe I just don't like what people are making at this point in time. I used to really be an avid listener of just music when I was out and about, but now I've gotten more into podcasts and audiobooks and stuff like that. So I started an audiobook because I found this on Spotify and I still had 10 hours of free listening on Spotify. So I was like, I don't want this month to go by and it turns out I wasted those 10 hours and I didn't listen to an audiobook, right? So I thought I would just start this because I was in a bit of a slump anyway. Found it, so I was like, okay, let's give it a go. And off the bat, I really liked the characters. So I then went home and picked up the book, and straight away I read up to 25 chapters in one go. I kind of went on and off with this book between audio and reading. Yeah, I have some opinions about it. So first of all, I gave it 4 stars and I really tried to like it. And if I keep looking down, it's because I have notes on my phone. So the book is really good. I think it's definitely an adult romance. It's a dark romance in my opinion. There should have probably been a trigger warning. Sometimes I feel like you just pick up a book and you will just read it, and maybe that's probably just a me problem. In very faint writing it says adult romance. I did not notice that, and I think there's some things in here that did put me off a little bit. I think this book made me realize that maybe I'm not the demographic for this. This is a billionaire, rich, mafia kind of romance, which I'm okay with. That's fine. I don't mind it. I think I might read some of the other books in this series, like King of Pride and maybe King of Sloth, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, this trope is definitely kind of forbidden love, fake marriage, that kind of scenario. So if you're not really into that, then I wouldn't recommend it. But if you are into that, and this book I think is really good. So let's go through the things that I did like. The reading style is very easy, and also the dual POVs. I like that we could get two people's perspectives on same situations. But also by the end of that, I kind of was thinking that sometimes I would have to go back to the beginning of the chapter to check who it was, because obviously they would have like the name of the POV who you were reading of, and sometimes I'd get confused, like wait, whose POV am I in? So I would have to check back. But again, that's kind of a me problem. Plot was enticing and it kept me engaged. Like I definitely wanted to know more about the plot. I almost wanted to know more about the plot than I did the characters. And there was a cool twist at the end. Yeah, I liked that the book kind of tied off in a neat little bow at the end, which was cool. I liked both of the characters until the passionate side came to play a little bit. There was a good structure between plot and passion, but at some points I thought it was forcefully trying to make it too much about passion than the plot. They were focusing a bit too much on passion, which made the plot scenes sometimes predictable. I wasn't entirely a fan of the morally grey characters. When it involved murder, I was like, I get it, but I'm also not a big fan of that personally. And also sometimes, for me at least, there was a bit of a fine line between passion and assault. I think I'm gonna stick to my fantasy romance books or supernatural rather than just like rich people. And also something that kind of cringed me out a little bit with this book is that there was modern references to media. There was words like "you're cooked," or there was a reference to the Twilight series about Edward, and yeah, it was just a little bit cringe. I think obviously it makes sense to mention social media because of what the main character does, but I don't think other than that there should be any mention of it. I don't know, it just makes it a bit more cringe when books try to relate to real life, but I get it because this is a contemporary, right? Yeah, that was my review of King of Envy, and I'll probably update if I do start another book. But I am glad that I managed to finish a book in May, so at least the month didn't go by without me reading at all. Now for the end of this week, I don't have too much planned. I want to do some shop prep for the market and probably just more crocheting, some editing and some chores. I hope you enjoy this video, but yeah. So I left this area of the room as it is because I won't be here for too long, so I thought I might as well not recrowd it and just leave it blank as it is. And it gives more space to the room, and I just put up these two posters here. They're both my drawings that I made ages ago. This one I made in a workshop. I don't know if you watched my vlog from like, I want to say March, which was quite a while ago now. So yeah, I made this at a workshop in London, and this was supposed to actually go up for the exhibition 2 weeks ago, but I ended up scrapping it because it didn't really fit the vibe of the others that I had. So yeah, so I just left it here and made it into like a poster. But yeah, I kind of left it blank. So I started off by basically designing what I wanted the packaging for these mystery boxes to look like. But I then kind of was thinking more about it, and later on in the video I will actually do a prototype of what these would actually look like in real life. However, the boxes just ended up being the wrong size, so I ended up actually changing the design of this. And yeah, but I just wanted to show the progress. So this was what the old design looked like. So I had this kind of medieval / florally vibe going on, and then I kind of switched it up a little bit to make it a bit more plain, because the illustrations of the actual plushies, I didn't put real pictures on it of the plushies, and instead I did a cute simple little illustration, and I thought it was just looking a bit too crowded, too messy, so I scrapped that and I changed it to this more simple vibe. I kept the font the same, but I just changed the overall design and I added some other bits and bobs. But I'm really happy with the new one actually, but later on I will still change it. And yeah, so these are like comparing side by side of what they look like. border, but I don't really like it. I think I'm just gonna keep it as a round thing. Sorry for the mess, but I just wanted to quickly touch upon something that I mentioned in my last vlog, which was the packaging for these little dolls that I've been making. So I've been making prototypes of what it would look like, because I probably added a few clips of me designing it, but I need to go back and change it now because I'm really glad that I did this. I made a prototype of what the packaging would look like 3D, because I just need like a visual to see what it looks like, and it turned out way too big to what I was planning it on. Like, this is a really big, this is next to my head, way too big for like a blind box series. So I was like, I need to redesign this really quickly, and I basically have just a box of cereal, and I took the prototype, and I'm really glad that I did this because otherwise I would have been really confused on what to do. But I basically made a smaller version of the box like this, and I think this is much more doable. I think the reason why I did it big the first time is because I thought I'd need a lot more space for some of the dolls, because like this one has got a bag, this one doesn't, but the thread is a bit thicker, so it's like more bulkier or whatever. But yeah, I made this one, and this one's perfect actually. They fit great, and yeah, I think I'm gonna have to switch my designs, but that's fine. I think the overall design of it I'm gonna keep, but I just have to rearrange a few things and make them smaller, and probably just do it on like a separate slide, because at the moment I have everything on one slide on Canva. Realistically, I would probably have to do this on like a proper software where I could know all the sizing and stuff, but because that's not available to me right now, I'm just doing make do with what I have. So I'm just making DIY boxes and stuff like that of A2 sheets of paper that I have lying around. But yeah, I kind of messed up with this box anyway, because the bottom, I thought, I don't know why I did that, because the first one came out fine. I think I just was rushing with this one because I just wanted to know what it would look like, because I was panicking. I was like, oh no, I have to redesign the whole thing, but it turns out that I don't. I just have to rearrange a couple things. So yeah, but I don't know why I messed up. It's shorter here for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, that's a quick update on what I've been up to. And also I've been making little felt pins, but I haven't really finished those. I made my first one was this one, which actually this one was quite a challenging one to do for my first ever felt pin. For some reason, I don't know why I took this challenge on, but I think it turned out pretty cute. I would not sell it though, because I think this one's just gonna be for myself. I use this as like a test to kind of practice how to do it, because I've never worked with felt before. But yeah, I think this turned out pretty cute. It's like a cute little koi fish. I might add a pin to it, or I might not, I don't know. We'll see, but the other ones are turning out a bit better, and I don't know if I will sell these because but I feel like I will, because they have like a handmade feel to them, if you know what I mean. Like they're not exactly even. Like I have this one of this little Miffy heart, and the back doesn't exactly look neat. Sorry, I need to do my nails, they look really ugly. But yeah, like the all around it's kind of just stitching. I don't know, it looks a bit tacky, right? But then again, I feel like it has like a homemade feel to it. I don't know. I still have 2 more versions of it. So I have this one that I want to make like this, and then I saw this design on Pinterest which I thought I would just use as practice, but I would just like make these little 2 strawberries and maybe make this into like more of a bag charm, like maybe like this. I don't know, I'm not sure if I will add one of these to the back of this because it will be quite hard. I mean, I only have these big ones, I don't have any small ones, so I'm kind of working with what I have. I don't want to buy another set of pins just for this small craft, so I think, so sorry if I'm like talking really fast. I've already been talking for 5 minutes. I just have a tendency to yap, so I'm trying to get through what I want to say, because also noticed that today my throat kind of hurts a little bit, so I don't know, I'm hoping that I'm not getting sick, but I don't want to jinx anything either, but we'll see. But yeah, so that's an update on just what I've been up to. decided to change the design in the end. So since I made these lino prints like a while ago, I really wanted to make these into like stamps, but I don't have any square sort of, I don't know what they're called, but something that would basically make it a stamp basically. So what I got is just like some randomly found like these doorknobs. Literally, they don't, I thought they matched. They couldn't be any more different, but anyways. And then I got these, which were supposed to be for, I think, kitchen towels or kitchen rolls. And there's like a rod that would go in there usually, but what I'm planning to do is just put this there to kind of make a handle, and then basically attach here this so that I can just stamp it. It would like just make a stamp, if that makes sense. I'll add the process of how I do it, but basically that's what I thought, and they kind of fit perfectly. So yeah.